So my dear students, today explanation of some of the important transactions will be explained. Be attentive and note down all the transactions according to the rules of debit and credit, and with the 5 steps. The steps are important. The most important thing is to know which account is debited and which account is credited. That is the foremost thing. So I start with entry number 1, prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses or advance paid. So number 1 is rent paid in advance rupees 5,000. Now in this transaction there are 2 accounts. One is prepaid rent, other one is cash. One is prepaid rent, other one is cash. Prince Rotela, Pooja, Ravi, Ansika and Hassan. Cameras on, otherwise you are out of the class. Prepaid rent and cash. Prepaid rent is our asset. Cash is also our asset. Asset is increasing. Cash is decreasing. Asset increasing is debit and asset decreasing is credit. You know, asset increasing is debit and asset decreasing is credit according to the rule. My dear students, this is the way every transaction should be done, and you should have it written in your book also. Prepaid rent is our asset. Prepaid rent is our asset because we have paid the rent in advance and we will take the service in the coming month. In the coming month, like you get your mobiles recharged, you get it recharged for 3 months. It means you will get the service for 3 months, and when you will get the service for 3 months, it means it is your asset. You will get it. So whenever you pay in advance, what you pay? You pay cash. So when cash is paid, the cash is going out of the business. So when asset cash decreases, it is credit, and when asset increases, it is debit. This is prepaid expense. Number 2, outstanding expense. Outstanding expense means any expense which is not paid but has become due. For example, somebody has worked for you and you have still not paid to him, like outstanding salary. Outstanding salary, we can write here salary outstanding rupees 10,000. Outstanding also means due. It also means not paid. Outstanding means due, something which is not paid, which is in arrear. Arrear means unpaid. So salary outstanding, there are two things. My dear students, salary outstanding. If it is a transaction, there are two accounts. One is salary. Salary is an expense, and another is outstanding salary. Outstanding salary, outstanding, something outstanding is our liability. Something not paid will be paid in future. So it is our liability which is to be paid. So two account as salary and outstanding salary. Salary is expense, it is increasing, so it is debit. Outstanding salary is liability, it is increasing, therefore it is credit. Journal entry will be salary account debit to outstanding salary. Salary account debit to outstanding salary. This would be the journal entry. Two. These are two special transactions. Number third. Bad debts recovered. Bad debts. Bad debts means the amount from the debtors which was not recovered earlier, or we thought it to be irrecoverable, they paid us back. They have paid it to us. So when they have paid it, we will receive cash. Our debtors, जिनको हमने सामान उधार बेचा था, सपोज उन्होंने हमें पेमेंट करी, और ये हमने पहले सोच लिया था कि दिस पेमेंट इज गोइंग टू बी irrecoverable, मिलने वाली नहीं है. So that is called bad debt. Debt which is not recovered, not received. So the next year they paid us back. So it is our bad debt which is recovered. Bad debt recovered is an income. Note it down. Bad debt recovered is an income. And what we will get? We will get cash. So there are two accounts. Bad debts recovered and cash. Bad debts recovered is income. Cash is asset. Income is increasing, cash is also increasing. Income increasing, credit, cash increasing, debit. 2000 rupees. Income increasing, debit, cash increasing, credit. Sorry, debit and income increasing, credit. Journal entry will be cash account debit. Cash account debit to bad debts recovered. Journal entry will be cash account debit to bad debts recovered. This would be the journal entry. So the board is over. Anjali?
Yes, sir.
Take it. Taken?
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay. Next is the next important transaction is depreciation. Depreciation is a very important term. Any loss in the value of asset or any decrease in the value of any asset is known as depreciation. Decrease. We purchase a new mobile for rupees 10,000, and after 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, if we sell it, it costs, it may be sold only at a price of rupees say 7,000 or 6,000. The value decreases. The value of an asset decreases with the passage of time because of wear and tear, because of use, because of repair, maintenance. So when the value decreases, it is known as depreciation. So whenever an asset decreases, it is a loss for the firm. It is a loss for the firm. Number 4, depreciation on machinery amounted to rupees 5,000. Means to say, machine has depreciated by rupees 5,000. Earlier the cost of machinery was suppose 50,000. Now the cost of machinery is 45,000. It means 5,000 is reduced. It is our loss, and it is a non-cash loss. We don't have to pay cash in it. We don't have to bear the loss in the form of cash. It is a non-cash loss or expense. So there are 2 accounts in this. Number 1, depreciation. Number 2, machinery. Mind it, there is no cash involved in this type of transaction. No cash involved. Only 2 accounts, depreciation and machinery. Depreciation is loss. Machinery is asset. Loss is increasing and our machinery asset is decreasing. So our journal entry becomes depreciation account debit to machinery account. Depreciation account debit to machinery account. Depreciation account will be debited and machinery account will be credited. This would be our journal entry for this particular transaction. Then the next one is interest on capital. IOC, interest on capital. $10,000. Interest on capital is provided rupees 10,000. Interest on capital will be provided by the firm and it will be provided to the proprietor, owner of the firm. Owner of the firm. So his account will be credited. There are 2 accounts in this. Interest on capital and capital. Interest on capital is expense for the firm. Capital is, nature is also capital, or you can say liability. Expense is increasing, capital is increasing. Expense increasing debit, capital increasing credit. So the journal entry is interest on capital account debit to capital account. Interest on capital account debit to capital account. Journal entry. Interest on capital account debit to capital account. This is our journal entry for the transaction. Keep copying. These are not given in your books in this particular manner with 5 steps. So you should answer me whenever I ask you any transaction. You will answer me like this. What are the accounts involved? You are aware. This first is the account. Number 2 is nature. Number 3 is increase or decrease. And number 4 is rule of debit and credit. Number 5 is amount All these 5 steps should be very, very clear, and you will always respond in this particular manner only. Whenever any transaction will be asked to you to journalize, you will explain me in these 5 steps. Then you will tell me the journal entry. Then you will tell me, sir, for depreciation on an asset, it is depreciation account debit to machinery account. How? Then you will explain me. These are the 5 steps. Account, nature, increase and decrease, rule of debit and credit, and amount. Afterwards, to write it in the format is very, very simple. You know that. How to write it in the format is very simple. Next transaction, interest on drawing. Interest on drawing charged rupees 5,000. Interest on drawing charged. Interest on drawing is charged from the proprietor, from the owner. Drawing, you understand, whenever a proprietor withdraw money or goods or service for personal use from the business, it is known as drawing. Drawing is a type of loan for it. So when he withdraws money, he has to pay interest to the firm. Who? Proprietor. The owner has to pay interest to the firm. So he will pay interest to the firm. For firm, interest on drawing is income. Interest on drawing is income and drawing is expense. Interest on drawing is increasing, expense is increasing. So the journal entry becomes drawing account debit to interest on drawing. Our journal entry becomes drawing account debit. Ankit Kujur, keep your camera on. Interest on drawing account debit. Why you keep your camera off? You are told to keep it on all the time. And Ansika Bhatia, interest on drawing account will be credited because it is our income, and drawing account is debited because drawing is our expense. Drawing means proprietor takes away money from the firm, so it is an expense for the firm. It goes out, and whatever interest he pays, that interest will be income for the firm. Interest on drawing will be income for the firm. It is just opposite of interest on capital. Anjali, take it.
Done, sir.
Keep your camera on. Anjali, taken?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I would also take your attendance by taking a pic. All of you look in front. Okay. These are very, very important transactions, better. You should have them with proper explanation to understand this chapter well. If you get this chapter well, it is sure that the coming chapters would be much easier for you. Coming chapters would be much easier for you. Then there are some transactions which are related to bank, because every business does transactions with the bank. Banking transactions they are called. And I would just explain you orally some of the transactions. You will find them very simple. Suppose amount is deposited in the bank by the business. Amount is deposited in the bank by the business. What would be the transaction? What would be the transaction? Akshay Kumar, if amount is deposited by the business in the bank, or a new account is opened in the bank, what would be the two accounts in this particular transaction? Reni? Don't know. Okay. Hans Gupta. Anurag Singh. Ansika Arora. What would be the transaction? What would be the account related to this transaction? Ravi Bisht. When the amount is deposited in the bank,
Sir, there will be a bank account and cash account.
there will be two accounts, bank account and cash. Very good. Explain the nature.
Sir, both are asset.
Both are asset. Increase or decrease?
Sir, in bank we are depositing money, so asset will be increased, and in cash it will be decreased.
Very good. Now the general rule is debit and
Debit or credit.
Credit.
very good. Very simple also. When the amount is deposited in the bank, bank becomes our debtor. बैंक को हमने एक तरीके से पैसे दे दिए उधार बेटा. Bank is also our asset because our money is there in the bank. Our money is deposited in the bank. So this bank becomes our asset. It is increasing. So debit. So when we give money to bank, our cash reduces. So it is credit. Asset increase, debit, decrease, credit. So this transaction also note down. This is for depositing money in the bank or opening a new account in the bank. For both the transactions, we will have this particular entry. Bank account debit to cash account. Bank account debit to cash. And when we will withdraw money from the bank, जब हम बैंक से मनी निकालेंगे फॉर ऑफिस यूज, तब भी यही ट्रांजैक्शन होगी. इट वुड बी अपोजिट. कैश विल कम एंड बैंक विल रिड्यूस. कैश विल कम एंड बैंक विल रिड्यूस. This one or withdrawing money for office use, वो जमा करने की एंट्री है, ये बैंक से पैसे निकालने की जनरल एंट्री है. और देखिए ध्यान से दोनों अपोजिट है. बैंक अकाउंट इज डेबिट, नीचे वाले में बैंक अकाउंट इज क्रेडिट बिकॉज फ्रॉम द बैंक मनी इज रिड्यूसिंग. ऊपर वाले में मनी इज बीइंग डिपॉजिटेड इन द बैंक, सो इट इज डेबिट. सो लॉजिकली ऑल्सो practically also it should be credit here. ऊपर वाले में cash is going from us, so it is credit. Withdrawing money from bank तो cash हमारे पास आएगा ऑफिस में. It is debit. It is all related to one another. All the transactions are interrelated. Those transactions which are just opposite to one another, उसमें account भी debit credit क्या होंगे, change हो जाएंगे. So be very logical. Just don't cram. Write the transactions properly, and I hope you will be able to do it. If you are doing it regularly, you will have no problem. Very quickly we are going to start our periodic test. Today I will send you the timetable. Of periodic test which are going to be held next week. Next week means August first week. August first week you are going to have the periodic test. Maybe day after tomorrow I would also give you the syllabus, which chapters would be included in the periodic test, both accounts, business. You will have periodic test for all the 5 subjects. It would be conducted within 1 week only. It would be online through different modes, different methods. Teachers will tell you personally how they are going to conduct it. You will have 30 minutes time, 30 minutes time online. Here in front of the camera only you will do the paper, and then immediately within 2 or 3 minutes you will send it to the teacher. Those who will send it within the time, they will get marks. Those who will not will be given 0. So be very attentive, careful, prepare yourself, tell others, those who are still not joining the class, tell them a very serious action is going to be taken against them. They will be removed from the class because they are not joining. So what is the use of keeping them? I hope you all are doing the work regularly. Keep it updated, and whenever you get time, get it checked also. This is all for today. Anjali, take it also, and keep your work up to date. Fair notebooks, business, already 4 chapters are over almost. So make notes, do the assignments, and also accounts. This 9th chapter is going on. Some of you are not regular. One day you join, other day you are absent. I am keeping an eye on them, keeping a record of these type of students. Please be regular to the class. That's all for today. We meet tomorrow again. Take good care of yourself, and God bless all of you. Bye bye to all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.